Since my hiatus from the world of graphic novels and my eventual return, there were a number of must-reads that were suggested. Amongst the list and gathering some serious attention was the series The Immortal Hulk, written by Al Ewing. Although a popular character for me during my earlier years of reading, the Hulk had transformed from a thing of fear to a superhero in the traditional sense. A necessary compromise in order to allow the character to gel and become part of a team, but one that didn't come without compromise, and in this, something was lost. I'm glad to say that what was lost in these stories has now been regained in this series, and this review focuses on Volume 1, collecting issues 1 to 10 of the series, as well as issue 684 of the Avengers. The tone of the book is set from the outset, with the cover art beautifully produced by the iconic Alex Ross, his sense of realism setting the stage and grounding a gritty title with Frankenstein undertones. Al's take on the titular character once again returns to the presence of the Hulk and Banner being more of a curse than a gift, an unwelcome, inevitable presence in the Doctor's life. There is clearly an influence from the late 70s television show, with Banner being a drifter struggling to put down roots, his alter ego making it impossible to do so. This basic premise sets the foundation for a series of standalone stories which also have a wider, connected arc. In this version, the summoning of the Hulk isn't triggered by rage, but instead is triggered by the coming of the night and survival. With the first, there is a hopeless resignation that no matter his state, the Hulk will take over every day by the mere setting of the sun. And in creating this, the writer cleverly draws comparisons with another well-known horror figure, the werewolf, and with it, the related horror. The Hulk has been written as if a possession or an intruder in the body. However, in this version, as the day draws to an inevitable close, the birth of the creature is explored from Banner's mental state, with his normally high intellect waning, his grasp of the present fading, demonstrating not only the birth of the beast, but also a daily death of its human host. Hulk also presents when Banner is killed, reincarnating him and trapping him in the living nightmare, with no peace, even in death. Banner referencing that an attempted suicide had failed for that very reason. Without the host, the monster dies, and therefore it won't allow it to happen. Joe Bennett is the main artist in this book, and I really enjoyed his work throughout, particularly the pain he manages to capture in the transformation of Banner, with twisted body images more akin to the film The Thing than the traditional transformations seen in previous interpretations. Paul Mounts has also done an outstanding job as a main colourist in this book, with a really vibrant and saturated palette choice, particularly the greens. It's worth noting that one story in this book, Point of View, features guest artists and colourists cleverly employed to demonstrate different interpretations and recollections of the same events. The different artist styles are used to highlight the tinted view the observer has, be it overly positive or negative, and as a result puts the reader in their shoes. In the series there is also a real sense of threat, one which can't be resolved from the Hulk's strength and power set alone in such an obvious manner. Some of the comic world's best heroes are failed by the lack of adversity or challenge, which make their achievements in overcoming feel less than and formulaic. This isn't the case in the Immortal Hulk. So, my final thoughts. I was pleasantly surprised by Book 1 of the Immortal Hulk collection in terms of its new take on an old story and its return to its horror-inspired roots, much like the Frankenstein tale character it was originally conceived from. The book isn't a challenging read and will flow easily for both old readers familiar with the character as well as new readers who have no formal knowledge of the Hulk's back catalogue. The accompanying art is terrific and fits the new sombre tone without having to use a drab colour palette to achieve a much darker setting. With all this in mind, I'm giving the Immortal Hulk Volume 1 a B. I highly recommend picking this up and giving it a read. I have picked up the next 2 volumes and hope that they continue in much the same vein. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please like the video because it helps us out a lot. If you want to see more, then please subscribe to the channel. And if you click the bell icon, you'll get an update every time a new episode goes live. I've been Lionel, this has been the Comic Book Corner, and I'll catch you on the next episode.